Hey there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's question comes from a mom who is cleaning out her son's bedroom now that her son has gone back to school. And she wants to know, he's got all these Lego creations that he hasn't used in several years. Can I throw them away? That's a lovely question. Can I throw them away? The answer to that is, I don't know. Can you? Now, whenever we are ready to throw things away in the name of organization, there's a question we have to ask ourselves, and it's this. Besides myself, who do I need permission from in order to throw these things away? Now, the answer to this question is you need to ask your son. Because if you throw away the Legos and he's not done with them, he's going to come in and think you stole his stuff, and you're going to create animosity that doesn't need to exist. As a parent, and it's usually the parents that can't get rid of the stuff, kids are done with stuff long before the parents are, because the parents spent a lot of money on those toys. And so they're like, well, if I spent all this money on these toys, you're going to use them and you're going to enjoy them for a long period of time. But historically, kids are interested in toys and items and gifts and gadgets and gizmos for 3, 6, and 9 months. It goes in a pattern, and depending on what it is, their interest span will range in that window. And so after 3 months, they might completely be done with that for the rest of their life. But as a parent, you spent an enormous amount of money on it, and so help me, you're going to enjoy this and you're going to leave it on your desk for years. Not necessary. So who besides yourself do you need to ask? Do you need to give yourself permission to get rid of those Legos? Okay, if you're ready as a parent, now you need to have a conversation with your kid. Are you ready to get rid of these Legos? And if your kid says, no, I'd like to hang on to them, then you need to ask your kid, how long do you want to hang on to them? And when you give them that question, they have to stop and say, well, I don't know, I'd like to hang on to them for 1 more year. Okay, great. At the end of the year, then we will get rid of them. You might consider giving them an option, because Legos are popular. Legos are not going out of style. They're as popular 20 years ago as they are 20 years from now. There will always be kids building and creating inventions. So if he wants to save those, these could be boxed up now, put in the storage unit, the attic or the garage or the basement or a closet, labeled so he can play these with his kids when he has kids 25 years from now. Do you want me to save them that long? He might say, yeah, that would be lovely. Or he might say, no, it's not that important. If it's not that important, you can turn around and sell them on Nextdoor.com and give your son the money so that he can then use that to buy a new backpack or school shoes or something fun that he would like to have. So there's a conversation that needs to be in place before you toss any item that anyone in your family is using. If you yourself are using it and you are the sole decision maker, toss it. No questions asked. But if there's someone else in the house that's using that item, ask them, how long do you want to hang on to this item? Now, in the organizational space, there are lots of families that have a little bucket. The bucket is outside the bedroom door. Whenever, at any time, a kid is done with an item, like, I'm done with this, I'm never going to play with this doll again, I'm never going to play with these Legos again, totally done with this, they put them inside the donate box, and then mom is free to come along at any time, empty out the basket, and take it over to the Goodwill. Or she can give it to people in the church. She can donate it wherever she sees fit. Okay, but the reality is, don't just toss things because you're the mom and you want to toss them. Toss them because you've had a conversation and your kid is done with that item. If the kid participates in recycling the stuff that you own, then suddenly you train him to not hang on and hoard stuff that's then just mysteriously going to disappear. And then he feels like, well, I wasn't ready to give that away yet. So now he's going to hold on tighter to the other things that come into his life. Don't hold on tighter. Stuff cycles through our life in an organic pattern. And so that's what you want to train your kid, is that stuff is cycling through. When you're done with this item, it goes in the donate bin. It's very simple. And if you want to hang on to it, but you're not using it and it's taking up space, and it's been several years since you played with these Legos, let's, between the two of us, agree that we're going to put them in a box and label them for future use. That way, you are also cycling through your house in an organic pattern, and you're not hoarding stuff, and stuff is not building up. Because the truth is, for every birthday, every Christmas, every holiday, every time there's a gift exchange, you get more stuff. And so if we're going to get more stuff, we have to say goodbye to some stuff. We have to let go of some stuff. Because if we just keep consuming and we're not recycling that out, then we do become hoarders even against our will. All right, so can I throw this out? My suggestion is you can, but ask the family members first who's using this stuff and if you have their permission. Alrighty, so that's it for today, and until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.